Prepare for glory!
Glorious!
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 Glorious! Glory lasts forever!
What's up, guys? Welcome back for some more Glorious Smite. And it's another God Guide, this time featuring Osiris. It has been requested for some time that I add Osiris to the God Guide, and I shall. So as always, let's have a quick look at his abilities. So, he's got slow, 220, low base, 30% physical power, scaling, very low scaling. Very short cooldown though, very spammable, it's pretty good. Keep that in mind. His passive is also very, very strong, gives you a fatalis effect, which is very, very good once you use enough abilities for a couple of AAs. And you also get physical damage mitigation, and you get ghost walking, so you can go through structures when you're in your kind of spirit form. So, yes, that's pretty good. Fatalis effect, walking through structures, and physical damage mitigation per missing part, which kind of really stacks up high. Damage 280 is getting closer to the mid ground for kind of base damage, but still low scaling at 50%. And you get a little speed buff, you get a little sickle slow increase. Cooldown's pretty decent, again 10 seconds, not too shabby. And then your 3 gives you damage reduction, which stacks quite nicely with your passive, making you very, very super tanky. And it ends in a stun if you can stick to the target long enough. Also important to remember. And your ult base damage is pretty tasty, 620 is quite nice. 80% of your physical power is still pretty decent. You know, it's not amazing. A lot of ultimates have 100%, 120%, but 80% is still pretty good. And you get 100% healing reduction, which again is pretty good. You're CC immune and you can leap. Decent. So, SJCs ult, you know, low scaling, low base, kind of mid-range base, but with decent CDs and lots of mitigation protections and an in-hand kind of focused passive. Okay, so generally speaking, you get started him, right? You always get started him. Who cares? We're going for the final build. So I normally don't get Warrior Taba. Like I said, he's got low scaling, low base. And he's got a fantastic kitchen. That's something I should have showed. You want Ninja Tabai. It's better. You're gonna get Frostbound. So you want a faster to stay stuck to them so you can keep reapplying Frostbound. You're going to get Ken size probably. And that works off attack speed as well. And you've got low scaling. I said you're out. Why would you ever get Warrior Tabai? It just makes no sense. Again, it's not bad. It's wrong. It's just wrong. You look at what the kit does, you get fucking Ninja Tabai. Right, so he mainly goes in solo, but this build will work for every other game mode as well. Just make sure the enemies have got the correct amount of physical and magical so you can buy breastplate, right? He doesn't need breastplate, but it's not terrible, because if you get enough CDR, like if you can get up to 35%, which you might, you can pretty hardcore spam your one for constant slow, combine it with your Frostbound, helps your AA cancel as well, which is really, really nice. So basically that's when you do, you know, the nice quick short AAs. And before going along, when you quickly do the one, quickly go back to days again, just kind of break it up so you get maximum efficiency, maximum fluid A-ness. It's pretty good. So, you very rarely see breastplate on him, right? He doesn't need it because he's got a short cooldown, but getting CD reduction on short cooldowns makes it so fucking spammable that you could do it. But essentially, you can get Nemean, breastplate, Midgardian, Mystical Mail. You could really get any of the physical defense items, right? Any of them. Whatever one you want, you can get. But I quite like the idea of breastplate. I quite like the idea of it. Right? Next up. Is the jungler physical? If so, physical defense is good. Are you being ganked a lot? Fine. How are you doing? You win your lane. We'll assume everything's going quite well for this. Frostbound's what you want, so you can kind of stay glued to them, keep dealing damage. It's pretty nice. Right? So, you're looking quite good. You're going to need magical defense as well as physical defense. So, this squad's pretty good, right? Looking like a pretty decent build. And then you want your size to finish. This is your big damage spike game. You got a fantastic hit chain for this. You've got attack speed for this. It's pretty good overall. You've got decent protections. Let's build it up. Decent health pool. Right, so it's pretty decent. I'd say there's nothing wrong with that build. And that's only 5 slots. You've got another slot left. This is basically the who's pissing you off the most. Who do you feel the need to build defense against, right? Or who do you feel you need to kind of work around? So you've got options. You're having trouble with physicals. Witchblade's really good. It doesn't interact fantastically with Frostbound because the attack speed reduction aura gets cancelled or overridden by the Frostbound attack speed aura. So technically you're only getting 15% attack speed reduction rather than 20%. But it's still decent because it gives you other stats you like, which is attack speed, physical protections, and attack speed reduction. Windblade's a decent pickup, very decent shout. Urchin obviously goes without saying, it's fantastic. Void Shield's decent, you know, to help your physical team deal more damage, gives you a bit of pen, it's pretty decent. Mystical Mill, also a very good item. People underestimate it, you know, that constant tick damage, and you're slowing down with Frostbound, you're spamming your 1, and they keep ticking up the fucking Mystical Mill ticks, tick, 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 tick. That damage starts to fucking add up, it's pretty solid. Of course, if mages are giving you trouble, Pestilence is really good. That heal's also really nice on it as well. So you got a lot of options for that kind of last item they could kind of slot in. Also, if you want to try and do a little bit more carrying, you know, really up your damage, Titan's Bane obviously goes without saying is very good as well. And if you really want to really get in their face and really A like a fucker, then you could go Stone Cutting Sword, right? Movement speed's always nice, very good stat to have. Taking away 30 protections, giving the 30 protections to you. You're already pretty fucking tanky. You're smashing them with your size. You've got your Frostbound making sure they can't go anywhere. And you've got extra attacks for your Ninja Tabai. This is a very good pickup as well. So, yeah, that's kind of your options. That's your itemization. And for your ability leveling, you usually get a point in everything. Usually you max your 2. And this is where it goes different. Some people level the 1. I like to level the 3 for the additional damage mitigation. I think that's more effective, so that's what I tend to do. You get a point in route whenever you can as well, and just do the 1, finish the 1, finish the ult, and that's kind of how I do the itemization. Sure, that's pretty solid build. It's pretty kind of all-rounderish. Can't really go wrong with it. Gives you CDR, gives you protections, gives you health, gives you a damage aim. Of course, if you want to play like that super damage soaker and just be like super squishy, you could forgo the size and just get 2 defense items like Void Shield Wingblade or Void Shield Pestilence and just like harass people with your Frostbound, kind of try and zone them out a little bit. You could do that as well. Generally speaking, I like to get the extra damage item though, because we're not playing SPL fucking levels. I'm not the second tank. I'm here to be tanky and do some fucking damage, so I like to play. So I tend to get the size, and like I said, you get whatever you feel you need. Do you want to be a bigger carry? You've got good options. Do you want to help your carry while also helping yourself? Good options. You want to have a more harassment, damage, more threatening appeal. Obviously with the Frostbound, the tech, oh shit, people panic. For the mages, for a lot of slows, if there's a lot of fizz. And Urchin if you just want a little bit of both. Or a lot of both, I should say. So, yeah. That's how I do Osiris. In fact, just before we go, is it stats? So it's stats. Yeah, look at that. 0.51, 0.51. The last 2 attacks hit all enemies in the melee. Like, it's an AoE basically. It is beautiful. Beautiful hitchin. So, yeah, that's Osiris. Hope you guys will enjoy this. Thanks for watching. As always, see you all next time.